Okay, welcome everybody. This is going to be the weekly recap for our chat room ending on January 24th of 2021. The lesson this week I'm going to be discussing is starting capital. What's the right amount? Question I'm always getting when somebody wants to join our services. But before we do that and get into that lesson, let's go ahead and let's take a look at our naked stats. Once again, these stats are based on one pattern of the different five. We have a total of 5 different behavioral patterns that we teach in the core course. And this is one of them, the PAP, which is probably the most popular. The majority of us traders trade. And this, when we say naked, that means that we're just basically looking at the winning percentage based on whether the setup came in as a buy or a short. And if you were to just trade it blindly, which we do not recommend, these are the percentages. So the point of this and showing this is that even as a newbie trader, we'll put in the odds in your favor. All right. Now, do not think because you're seeing an 83% win rate, you as a trader are going to be successful. In fact, even if it was a 95% win rate, the majority of people will end up losing money. All right. If you go back and look at some of my prior videos, you will understand why. There's a lot more to trading than just having high percentages. You also have to understand the particular instrument or market that you're trading at the time and understand its specific personalities. And also at the same time, all of them tend to not act what we consider their normal behavior, and so you have to see that, you have to understand that, and know when to step aside until they start acting in a normal fashion again. Okay, so all that's really important. That's what we teach in the core class. So there is, unfortunately, folks, there is no easy way of trading. I don't want anybody out there to think that you're going to go out and buy some sort of mechanical method and all of a sudden you're going to start making a lot of money. If you look at successful traders that do this for a living, they didn't get there because they were lucky. They did it with a lot of hard work and dedication. Okay, there's no shortcuts. There's no easy way. There's no cheats or secrets here. All right. There are tools that will make your life or make your trading easier. And there are tools that will give you an edge in the market. And that's what we do. Whether you can take advantage of that particular edge is going to be you as an individual trader and also your experience. Okay. So what you're seeing here is just the naked stats for this last week in the 4 main pairs that we look at: the Aussie US, Euro US, Pound US, and the US Yen. All right. Once again, we're seeing, and we've been talking about this now for months, the one you want to focus on the US Yen if you're going to be a short-term trader. We are short-term traders. We trade 5-minute binaries. There is a big advantage to trading 5 minutes over dailies, and I've talked about that in the past as well. We may eventually hit on that again, but if you're looking to make money on a fairly consistent daily basis, and that's the idea here, right? We're not here this way. We're not hobbyists, okay? We're here as a profession to make money here. You're going to want to take a look at the 5 minutes because it's where it gives you multiple opportunities throughout the day to hit your daily objective. All right. So you can see that the US Yen continues to do very well, both in the morning and the night sessions. Now remember, our chat room is open from 9 to 4 Eastern time and 8 to 10 Eastern time in the evening. So I don't think there's another chat room out there that is open as long as we are. Okay. So a lot of opportunities to understand and trade our patterns. We do share our charts every single day, and on those charts you will see a series of arrows that are pointing out or to help you identify the particular patterns that are developing to make it easier for you to start to get used to looking at a particular pattern and practicing trading the particular pattern. Okay, so a lot of screen time also is needed if you want to be a good trader. All right, so US yen, once again, very good. Aussie and the euro are always up there in the 70 range. Pound starting to come around, which is very interesting. I am not a pound US trader. I do not like to trade the pound US. I will every once in a while maybe take some shorts in here, but that's pretty rare. Usually if that's the case, it's going to be if I'm trading CB and not trading the core. So just a little tip for those, and you know I talk about this a lot. For those that are in the chat room, I tend to stay away from the pound US when I'm trading core. I stick to the strongest. The US yen is number one, and then it's either the Aussie or the euro. Take your pick, whichever one you like. I personally like the Aussie US. All right, first trade of the day. Once again, what that means is that as soon as the market opens at 9 a.m. Eastern time, whichever one of these four is providing the first signal, naked setup. I'm trading a naked setup. These are all naked setup first trades, okay? Don't recommend that you come in and think you're going to take the first trade every single day, all right, and be a successful trader. There's more to it than just that, but it's just a phenomenon that we've noticed. People in the chat room notice it because they watch it every single day, and the first trade out of the gate are always just extremely high. So once again, starting the day, all right, depending on when you start, that's important. You have some pretty good odds that you're going to have a winning trade coming right out of the gate for that particular day. All right, it's a lot of good information in here. All right, very good information in here. Okay, so let's take a look at my CB trades. Once again, this is based on the CB method. As a new trader or as a new subscriber, the only thing that's available to a new subscriber is going to be the core strategy. The CB strategy or method is not available. Okay, I will not sell it to anybody unless I know that you are proficient with the core. If you can't make money in core, I don't want you to move into the CB. Problem is, people don't get core down, and in the past they could just jump in, even inexperienced traders, and buy CB, and they just they didn't have enough knowledge, and they didn't have enough practice with core to really understand how to trade CB. So it doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do me any good, because basically I want to see everybody make money, and the way you're going to do it is only if you master the core strategy. All right, so the difference between core and CB is CB goes into a little bit more depth. It allows us not only to trade in the money options, but we can trade at and or deep out of the money. Okay, we don't do a lot of deep out of the monies or at the monies with PAP. I'm sorry, with with the PAP pattern or with core. The other thing, core does not give us indication of the size of a particular move, where with CB we do know that. That's a big advantage. So if we know that, if we have a particular trade that's getting ready to have a strong move to the downside, then the advantage that we have as CB traders is we can trade deep out of the money, have very little risk for that trade, and have a lot of potential for profit. Okay, if you don't understand what in the money, out of the money, or at the money means, I suggest you go to nadex.com, and they have a lot of great educational videos, or even on YouTube, so you understand a little bit more about what we're talking about when we talk about in the money, at the money, and out of the money. Okay, so basically not a bad week for me. This week I did not do a lot of trading because we've been focusing on getting our new website totally is being redone. I've been working with the developer on that quite a bit, so haven't been in trading a lot. Most of my trading has been first thing in the morning, and then in the evenings I'll do some trading, but still fairly consistent. My weakest day was on Wednesday. Actually, this was a fairly decent day, but I ended up overtrading a little bit, and I just quit when I saw my equity come down to 79 bucks. So that was it for me. Another important thing to do is there are key times to trade during the market. Doesn't mean you're going to be trading all the time. And at the same time, when the markets start not to act right, if you've been making money and all of a sudden you notice that a particular personality or the way a particular market is moving is not what within its historical normal way that it moves, then that's going to be a situation to where you're going to have to be able to identify that and step aside. And the only way you're going to know that is screen time, okay? If you want to become a professional trader, you have to put in screen time. There is no easy way around it, all right? Never has been. Just like any profession, some people think that trading, for some reason, they just think that thing's going to be different when it comes to trading. But it's like everything in life. You don't become a doctor overnight. You don't become a professional football trader overnight. It takes a lot of time and effort, and that's something that just you have to put the time into it and the effort into it if you want to get good. If you don't want to do that, then you're probably not going to be able to make money trading, and that's unfortunately the reality of trading. But don't let that discourage you, because for some they pick it up fairly quickly, and then there's others that don't pick it up so quickly. It's just the way it is for every individual. So let's get into starting capital and what's the right amount. That kind of gets into the same thing, is that the question is, I get people say, well, Ken, how much should I start with? Well, typically there's two types of people that ask me that question. Either they're totally new to trading, okay, or there's somebody that thinks I've got some sort of mechanical program that they're just going to be able to take every buy and sell and they're going to make money. And unfortunately, folks, it doesn't work that way. The other thing is, starting capital is going to be different for every individual trader. Nobody can answer that. So if you have somebody that's brand new, then they're probably going to need a lot more capital than somebody that's been doing it for 20 years, right? Because of experience. And so that is something you cannot answer when somebody asks how much capital should you start with. But there is a way to do it, and that is that you need to start off with a demo account. So if you're new to trading, or any new method for that matter, I don't care if you've been trading for 20 years and you decide to trade my method, you got to become proficient at it. And the way to do it is you've got to be able to get into a demo account, open up a demo account, play money, and you want to be able to be consistently profitable on a day-by-day basis in a demo account before you ever think about going live. When you become proficient and when you become consistent trading on a daily basis in your demo account, then what you need to do is you need to do a little bit of homework, okay? Once again, it takes time and effort. Most people aren't willing to do that. This is why some people will never be successful. But if you want to be successful, you need to go back and look at all your trades. You need to put in a spreadsheet, and you need to look and see what your biggest drawdown was, okay? So let's say that you're a trader and you've been trading for 3 or 4 months and you've been fairly consistent. You go back and you look at your maximum drawdown. Let's say your maximum drawdown was 500, then you probably want to start with 1,000 or 1,500. For some, it may be less. For some, it may be more. So that's probably a really good starting point, is take whatever your maximum drawdown was during a period of time when you were successful and double it or triple that, and that should be your starting equity, someone in that area. There's no guarantees, once again, but the more starting equity you have, the longer you're going to be able to stay in the game. And that's important, particularly if you go through some losing streaks, or if for some reason you're off on your trading and you tend to have a series of losses that maybe for some reason you made some mistakes or whatever. You need to give yourself some cushion in order to get out of it. Okay, it's not realistic to think you're going to start with $250 and next week or next month you're going to be up to $2,000. Now, you may get lucky, but if you keep doing it, you're probably going to blow out and you're not going to have anything. So once again, there is no magic number for capital. It depends on experience. Okay, so that's it. So that's pretty much going to be it for this week. Once again, decent week. Overall, expecting to have pretty normal week this coming up. Not expecting any really big surprises. So I think overall, I think we're going to have a lot of really good trading opportunities. I think the markets overall are going to be acting in a normal fashion, which means we should get a lot of really good setups and a lot of opportunities to hit our objective early in the day. So besides that, if you have any questions, you can always go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe so I can keep you updated on any new videos that we have. And besides that, hope everybody have a great trading week, and we will see you next week at the next weekly recap. Take care.